Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are in South Melbourne, and I say we, as in Walter and I. We're in South Melbourne here in Melbourne, Florida, right off of US 1. You can see the cars zooming by. We're going to do a little hospital tour today. Sorry about that. We're going to do a little hospital tour today and go by some of the old hospitals here in Melbourne and just kind of show you around. And the old Crenshaw hotel and hospital is kind of where we're going to start, sort of. We're actually going to start right here between the telephone poles behind us. There was the old Riverview restaurant. Is that right? Riverview restaurant. It was I think it was 3 stories. Am I correct?
3 stories. Sat on the US 1. About between those 2 poles that you see right there. Go to the street. That will take you back to where the Crenshaw Hotel will be.
So we're going to zoom in a little bit, talk a little bit about the restaurant, and then we're going to head on over to the hotel and the hospital. Same building.
Now you made me hungry.
Yeah, I know. We're going to go check that out. So zooming in a little bit more, looking, you see the building right in the middle of the picture here. That's pretty much where the Riverview restaurant would have been. Maybe slightly north, but certainly Walter and I kind of agree between those 2 main telephone poles on each side of that building. And if you look at the picture here, the group of telephone poles on the right-hand side of that building, you can faintly see the Crenshaw Hotel sign. It's going up and down. And so it really gives us a good reference where this building was. So many people I know always chime in to the website, and they don't live here, and Google doesn't really give you a great idea of where it is sometimes, especially in the old places. So this is kind of for you to really get an idea of where the Riverview restaurant was. Well, now you know, right here on US 1, just north of the Crenshaw Hotel sign. That sign we were alluding to, the hotel sign, would have been right in that area. And this is the corner of River Drive, I'm sorry. Harbour City Boulevard, which is US 1. And of course the hotel. Trying to stay out of the sunlight is right there. Hey Walter, on the way to the Crenshaw, this building is just on the west side of it. What was this?
Well, you were talking about the Riverview restaurant, and now we're talking about this building, which is the former Burger Queen.
Burger Queen?
And now I'm hungry again.
Never heard of a Burger Queen.
Oh, it was a great little restaurant. They had some little...
You've eaten at one?
Window seats. They had little booths that went all the way around. As a little kid, I would sit there and spin on the little stool.
Did you ever eat here?
Oh, absolutely.
Really? Huh. There's been several businesses since then, I'm sure, but...
I was very, very little.
Wow. But you almost look at the windows inside there, and it's almost like they're windows you would get your food from. I mean, maybe there are some things that still remain when it was the Burger Queen.
I think it's changed for some reason, because I don't remember it looking...
I always thought it was a gas station, but you know what? You say that I can see where they would maybe serve food through those windows, though. Possibly. As you can see, it's now called Crane Cliff Apartments. We'll get a little bit closer look. Hey Walter, I'm going to scan the former hotel here. What can you tell me about it?
This is the original building, erected by Harry Crenshaw in about 1926 and opened as a hotel and apartments in April of about that year. And on February 2nd, 1928, the hotel became the Melbourne Hospital, operated by Dr. and Mrs. Hay, who came here from St. Augustine. The building, it served as the area's hospital for about 9 years, and then reverted back to the Crenshaw Hotel and Apartments. The building was completely restored and reopened as a hotel and apartments in May of 1980. The hospital was kind of more of a one-man show. It was pretty much doing it all out of his own pocket. And then as the community realized that they really needed to have a bigger hospital as more and more population was coming in, that's when the effort was put forward to put up a real hotel. I mean, a real...
I am so glad I brought you with me. How do you keep all that knowledge in your head?
Oh, it's just, it's just a long learning process.
I love comparing these to the old postcards. That room 19 used to be open, and I have a postcard where there's a boat parked right there, which is pretty interesting. But I think this was the main entrance to the hospital and hotel, right in there. I'm not sure. It may also have been here. So for those of you that are experts that remember, it was either that one opening here, or the one door here, or the one right here. I'm not certain. I see these cottages right here. There's a couple of them. Used to be scattered along US 1. I'm going to spin back around. Where the Brook Queen is, that whole parking lot, several of these cottages, just like these, were there. And these are the only ones that are remaining. If they weren't occupied, we'd try to go in and take a look around. But a lot of Melbourne history right here. Midway Colony, by the way, is just south of here. So these places would be littered with folks during the tourist season. And I imagine that Riverview restaurant was quite busy with the tourists during the season as well. Now I'm on the east side of the Crenshaw. This little open area right here, you can see on one of the postcards where folks would come and relax and take a little stroll around. And looking at, it's a different angle on the postcard, but it seems clear to me it was right in this area where you see folks walking along the grounds, and there's a few tables and such. And the river, of course, is right over there. Here's the east side of the Crenshaw. Well, if you can see Walter over there taking some snapshots. Waking people up. We just changed, daylight savings time just changed this morning, so people are still in bed. Okay, well, we moved up US 1 to Melbourne's second hospital, right?
Yes.
This one opened in 1937. John Rhodes donated the land. You see John Rhodes' name all over Melbourne in various places. But anyway, opened in 1937. I don't know a whole lot of details about it, except one really important person was born here on December 8th.
Morrison.
Yes, 1947, I think. Is that right?
I'm not sure.
I think it was 1947. Anyway, I should have researched that. I'm a big fan of the Doors, so I should have known that. But anyway, whatever.
Let's look it up.
Yeah, whatever. Post it below and correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, we'll look around here, but just to think that the Lizard King's first screams came from this building. That's pretty amazing, I think.
Bust on through to the right side.
Okay, we'll stop right there. Anyway, we'll take a look around. I can't get inside, it's all locked up. But a lot of history here in this building. And I believe it was in operation until late 50s, either 56 or 57, I believe it was in operation. There was an addition made to it somewhere along the way. But for the most part, I think it's the last Art Deco building in Melbourne, or one of the last Art Deco buildings in Melbourne. So for those people that are into that kind of stuff, it's kind of historical too, but whatever. For what it's worth, there you go. So let's take a look around, Walter. What do you say?
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Not sure if this is the original entrance or not, but possible. Kind of on the west side. I'm just going to kind of walk around. It's kind of unusual shaped. Just take a quick look. This is the area that I think may have been an addition down the road at some point. I'm not sure if this is original right here. This is a separate building. Not sure if it was original or if it's just the folks that own it make it look like it's all part of the one same complex. I'm not sure. But here's the north side entrance. This could have been the main entrance as well. Do not know. And here is the east side entrance. So one way or another, I think we covered the entrance to the hospital. Not sure which one they used back in the day. I guess I also have to mention the old Colonial Motel, which is right next to the hospital here. They used some of it for the hospital purposes as well. I believe it was the buildings here in the back. I could be wrong. And I also found out they just recently changed the name of the Colonial Motel, which is kind of sad. And by the way, guess what the new name is to the Colonial Motel? I was gonna say it was so sad that they changed the name, But it's kind of hard to argue and complain when it's now called Riders on the Storm Inn, birthplace of Jim Morrison. Great job. And of course, where was the birthplace of Jim Morrison? Right there. 1250 South Harbor City Boulevard. How about that? Well, Walter, now we're at Holmes Regional, right, off of Hickory Street. So once the hospital in US 1 closed, this is where it moved to. Behind us, I would say, is the original, but actually it's been there's been so much construction and additions. This part here that you're looking at is kind of the same shape as the original, but it was pulled out. You can park underneath it. We're going to walk in there in a few minutes, and when we go through the front doors, that's really where the facade, where the building was. And you used to be able to pull your cars straight up in there and park, but now you can go underneath it. It's like a little parking garage type, but really more of a drop-off place, right? So anyway, the shape has kind of stayed the same as the original if you look, and I'm going to scan the camera around, but just keep in mind it's really been pulled out several feet.
Modified to heck and back.
Yeah, what you're looking at is an original. So anyway, we're going to take a look around. We're going to try to go inside and walk maybe through the first floor of the original building, which you still actually, I've been in there and you still get the feel of it being old, and it's kind of strange, but we're going to go check it out. So let's look around Holmes Regional here.
As a kid, I remember this being a very huge hospital, and I remember the emergency room being on that side. And then with the explosive growth of the population, this hospital has just been growing like crazy. They have done so many add-ons, wing after wing after wing, and then they finally built a big, huge parking garage. That's how massive this hospital is. So it's changed a lot in my lifetime.
Yeah, it's grown a lot. Let's go check it out. This is the original front right here where these cars are parked, and that's an addition there. You should be able to park straight down and go in a couple of other doors that were along there. There still are there on the inside. As you walk in there, this is the original entrance. I believe the gift shop is right here. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it was right in those offices. It's all been redone, remodeled, but if I remember, you come in the front door and the gift shop is right here on your right. Correct me if I'm wrong. This aisle is the main aisle. We're going to go down right now. This aisle right here, when I was a kid, my mom was the director of the telephone operators and stuff. All the executives were right off of this main aisle. This is the original, the main aisle of the hospital back in the day. And we're going to walk down there, but all the executives would be up and down there. And good. And,
I need you.
I think I have to leave, but anyway, we'll get back to you soon. Well, hey, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for Walter for coming along with me. If you want to find out where Jim Morrison's birthplace was, I said it was 1250 Harbor City Boulevard. But you also can maybe look up Riders on the Storm Inn, probably find that on the internet. It's right next door.
The old Colonial Motel.
Yeah, the old Colonial Motel. Anyway, as the motorcycle goes by, why would I finish a video when it's kind of a hospital video? Because Jim Morrison is right behind me, that's why. So anyway, thanks for watching. We will see you next time. You know what, Walter, next time we ought to go some more areas of people that don't live here anymore and go to many more places that we can pull up some old postcards and let them see where these places were and bring them back to Melbourne, wherever they live, right?
That would be awesome.
Okay, we'll start doing that. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.